A small European mission arrives in Greenland and then quickly leaves again. So why did that short visit suddenly become a talking point across Europe? Was it a routine adjustment or a signal about something bigger? In the last few weeks, Greenland has become one of the most sensitive topics in transatlantic politics. It is no longer only about Arctic logistics and regional cooperation. It is also about credibility and coordination inside Europe and inside NATO. When German personnel flew to Greenland for a reconnaissance mission, many observers assumed it would be a practical step. A limited team on a short schedule, focused on assessment and coordination with partners. But soon reports said the group received an unexpected instruction to depart earlier than planned. No detailed public explanation appeared immediately, and that vacuum created space for speculation and political commentary. Then, a new angle entered the conversation. A former Prime Minister of Poland, Leszek Miller, posted a sharp comparison that went viral. He described the episode as a brief appearance followed by a quick return, more like a symbolic gesture than a sustained effort. He also used a historical analogy, like a leader who sets out on a dramatic campaign, then stops early and decides the message was already delivered. For some viewers, it sounded like satire. For others, it raised a real question. What does Europe want to communicate in the Arctic right now? And why does the Greenland topic keep producing political reactions far beyond the island itself? Reports say a small German reconnaissance group traveled to Greenland as part of a Denmark-led effort that also included other European partners. The purpose described publicly was to support awareness and coordination in the Arctic environment. Soon after the arrival, new reports said the German group was instructed to leave earlier than expected. The departure was described as sudden, with planned activities canceled. This is what created the opening for political interpretation. Leszek Miller commented on the episode. In a post on it, he framed the situation as a snapshot-style approach. Arrive, take a photo, and return. In his view, it looked less like building presence and more like showing visibility for a moment. To make the point stronger, he compared it to the Napoleon story of going toward Moscow, but turning back after Smolensk, claiming that a signal had already been sent. The comparison is clearly rhetorical, but it shows how quickly Greenland stories have become a canvas for wider debates about European power and coordination. Why would a short mission matter so much? Because Greenland sits at the intersection of several sensitive discussions. First, Arctic security planning. Climate changes are opening new routes and increasing activity in the high north. That naturally raises the importance of monitoring logistics and partnerships. Second, alliance messaging. European governments want to show unity and capacity, especially when questions are being raised about burden sharing and responsibility in the region. Third, trade pressure. The Greenland issue has been linked in public statements to the possibility of tariffs on several European countries. That connection adds economic tension to a topic that is already political and strategic. In this environment, even small decisions become symbols. A short deployment looks like a statement. A quick exit looks like a retreat. And a lack of explanation invites people to fill in the blanks. There is also a practical side. Small teams often operate under changing schedules. Weather logistics and coordination can lead to rapid adjustments. So it is possible the decision was routine rather than dramatic. But the reason the story spreads is not only the schedule, it is the context. Greenland is being discussed more loudly than before, and every move is seen through a larger lens. European officials continue to say that Greenland is part of the Kingdom of Denmark and that sovereignty and territorial integrity matter. At the same time, leaders across Europe are trying to keep communication open with Washington and avoid a cycle of escalation in both politics and trade. So Miller's post works like a spotlight. It does not prove motives, but it captures the perception that Europe sometimes struggles to turn visibility into sustained strategy. One scenario is that European partners increase coordination on Arctic monitoring and practical support, with clearer planning and more transparent communication. Another scenario is that Greenland remains a recurring political symbol, where every small move is framed as a test of unity or seriousness. A third possibility is de-escalation through dialogue, where Arctic cooperation becomes more structured and less reactive. What seems certain is that Greenland will stay in focus, not only because of the island itself, but because it now sits inside a bigger conversation about alliances, economics, and long-term strategy.